Tired of losing battle after battle in the sky, the Autobots create the ultimate robot jet, Jetfire. But the evil Decepticons have a secret new weapon, Shockwave. Sold separately from Hasbro.
Hello people. Today we're going to talk about Robotech and Robotech Knock-offs. So if you're not familiar with Robotech, this is an original Robotech figure, which for some of you, if you're familiar with Transformers, this is Jetfire or Skyfire. Now, I really don't know much about this subject, but my buddy Raymond at the 5R show, DZTV, can tell you a lot more than I can, and hopefully he'll comment and give us some of his wisdom on this subject. These characters have a very specific name, and I can't remember what they're called, but it's specific to the size. Now, I'm not going to transform these because they're really brittle, and for those of you who have these or had these when you were young, you'll know that by just playing with these a little bit, it's easy enough to break them, so I'm not going to transform them. But this is the airplane mode, of course. And it looks a little awkward, yes, but considering the size and the expense that went into this and the amount of money it took to take it home from the drugstore or the toy store, wherever you were buying it, these were stellar. I mean, I just thought these were absolutely incredible when I first saw my first one, which was this one. My grandmother went to a drugstore and came home with two of them, this one and that one, and she told me to give one to my brother, and I didn't give it to my brother because I thought it was just so kick-ass. I kept them both for myself, but I recognized it instantly as being a knockoff of Jetfire, or at least I thought that's what it was. I had no idea what Robotech was. Until I got a little older, I discovered the cartoon, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the cartoon. It was just a really compelling cartoon. And today I have the DVD set. This is the First War, which is basically like the first season, and it's 36 episodes or so of nothing but Robotech. So if you've never heard of it, I highly recommend it. This is a great cartoon. And so these were Robotech toys. I believe these were all licensed Robotech toys. And then these were knockoffs that were sold under a different name. And this is the packaging, made by a company called Myco International. 1000 Robot Fighter. So funny. These are instructions on how to transform it. But anyway, this here is another knockoff brand, and I can't remember what the name is of this toy line. It might be Interchangables, or the Interchangables actually may be a whole different line as well. But there was a lot of these toys that were knocked off from Robotech, and just at first glance all these guns look identical, but they're not. If you'll notice this little cutout, these little cutouts right here, to me it always looked like an upside down submarine. But if you look at those cutouts, they're different. And even the band back here, too much glare there. Yeah, it's hard to see them, but when you see it up close, when you see it without all the light, you can see that these little cutouts here are different and the bands at the rear are different. So there's very subtle features that show you. See, like this one has notches here, but not on the gray gun in the same place anyway. So these all came from different molds. And these, although these three probably came from the same mold, these came from a different mold and this came from a different mold. So, like I said, Raymond could probably tell us a lot more on this subject. I'd like to learn a lot more on this subject. I'd like to find more of them. But when I do find them, they're super expensive. Anyway, thanks for watching, people. Make it a great day.
Deadline is reporting that talks of a live-action Robotech movie are being resurrected at Warner Brothers. Robotech was a popular Japanese anime about transforming fighter jet robots and was adapted for U.S. audiences in the 1980s. Michael Gordon, who wrote movies like 300 and G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, is reportedly penning the script. Alicia Bierstell, a live-action Robotech actually happening?
I'm unsure. I mean, this has been in the works for so many years.